Welcome to Backstage at the Clubrooms, where we talk everything RADS, all the backstage goss and information and special guests. Now, the more observant of you may notice that this is not the voice of our usual host, Chloe, because unfortunately Chloe cannot be here in the main seat today, and that's because she sat opposite me as a guest. Chloe, welcome to your podcast.
This is the weirdest thing ever. I feel so strange. I feel so out of control. I don't know how to do this. It's very weird hearing you do my intro. This is such a strange experience already. Oh my
Chloe's
goodness.
already freaking out. Even before we'd started, she told me how terrified she was. But
it's really scary not knowing what I'm going to be asked.
I will reassure you, like you reassure all your guests. Anyway, welcome. I guess we should tell everybody why you were here as a guest before we get into anything else. So the floor is yours, Chloe. Why are you in the guest seat today?
So, Scott, I am in the guest seat today because as the receivers of the newsletter may have read, I am making my RADS directorial debut.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. Yeah. This September at Sedgefield Festival, which is sort of starting point for all RADS directors. But yeah, it is really exciting. And it's been, although I've only been in RADS sort of 18 months, I feel like I'm ready.
Yeah.
It's been a bit of time coming. I've found something I really like and yeah, I'm excited.
Good. Yeah, we'll get into that for sure. Now, obviously, Chloe just touched on that. Sedgefield is where RADS tend to have their directors take their first steps. What we tend to do at RADS is we try and ensure everyone does a one-act play before letting them free on a full-act play in the future. I've done one, and then obviously I went across and did a full act last year. And now, as Chloe says, it's her time to shine in the directorial side. So before we get on to what you're doing, you just said you've been in RADS for about 18 months now.
Yes.
It's a nice journey for you.
It's been a lovely
How
journey.
has your time in RADS been? Talk us through.
Oh.
In fact, let's go even further back. Talk us through before you even got to RADS.
Oh, gosh.
And then to where we are now.
Okay, right.
The life of Chloe.
The life of me. Oh, my goodness. So I've always been very musical, very theatrical, very dramatic, as people have known me for a long time.
No way.
Crazy, I know. I started off as a dancer and then I did music. I play multiple instruments and I joined an amateur panto when I was 7 in the dancing chorus and then moved my way up the ranks into the adult chorus and then into more principal parts in the pantomime and doing like summer concerts and like plays as well. I did that for a very long time before sort of moving through the ranks, and then I actually became the MD of that pantomime. So
which is pretty impressive for someone like Chloe. You're only young.
Yeah, I know.
To be of a young age.
I don't know what they were thinking, to be honest. But no, it was such an amazing experience, and I do miss it. Actually, I really miss MDing. I had a blast. It was such a fun time. And so I was responsible for putting together the music for the pantomime, vocal coaching the cast through the panto. I composed and arranged music for like summer shows and concerts, which was just so much fun. And I had such a great time. And I started then getting the bug for directing, being like, oh, actually, it's quite nice to have like choice of like the music and organising like what we were doing and how we were doing it. And so I did really enjoy that actually. And then when I did my last panto, I started in RADS in the September and the panto was in the December, so I did both at the same time. Purely because I just missed acting. When you're directing, it's in musical directing, it's really fun, don't get me wrong, it was a blast. I missed like getting to act and like be on the stage rather than be in front of the stage at the piano. So I came to RADS as a sort of respite, I guess, from the sort of stress of directing. And it was through the recommendation of Graham, who has been in several RADS productions. He sort of pestered me and was like, come on, come join. And I was
Shout out to you, Graham.
Shout out to you, Graham. Thank you. And yeah, I came and watched Nell Gwyn, and he cornered me in the bar. I was like, come on, it's about time. Like, it's about time you joined. And I was like, yeah, maybe. I'll come along to the read through the next one. And that was Blue Stockings. And then the rest is history. I've been here ever since. So did Blue Stockings as Minnie the housemaid, which was an adorable little part. I had a great time. It was so much fun. And then did Antigone with Gregan, where I played Ismene. Totally different part to Minnie, but it was, again, I wouldn't say fun because it was very traumatic, as in her character was very traumatic, but I learned so much from Gregan and from Ismene, actually, that I've still kind of keep with me when I'm acting, and I tap into her sometimes if I feel like I need to, and I love that I can do that. I learnt so much from that character. Last summer, then I played Polly Perks in Monstrous Regiment, which I think is my favourite role to date. She is such a boss lady. I love her. Yeah. She's so badass. It's like, I can't join the army. I'm just going to pretend to be a man. I love it. Like, she was iconic, and I loved being able to live with her for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
like that was amazing. The 2-week run, just to exist as her, was just amazing.
There's something great about finding a character that you love to be and being that character for a little while.
I think live with them. And
I think I've said this to you before. Like, one of my favourite roles was stand up in Journey's End, and I remember just being that character. I mean, you hear people talking about, you know, method acting and going like into the shell and just becoming that person for a little while. That's what happens. Yeah. And I know for a fact that happened with you with Polly, because I saw you every single night doing it.
It was just, honestly, like a couple of months in, Polly cut her hair at the beginning of the show, and a couple of months in I was like, I just don't feel it, like I need to really connect with her. So I booked an appointment and I cut all my hair off. And I was like, okay, now I get it. She's cut her hair off, she's made this sacrifice. And it was so funny how something so nuanced and physical can really make you feel like your character more.
You become the part of it.
I came into the rehearsal that following week and I was like, you know what, I get her. Like, she's sacrificed so much. She's come so far. She stands up for what she believes in. And it sort of clicked for me then that I was like, no, like, I am becoming her. And she is so strong and so strong-willed, fiercely protective. And it was just, it was a joy. An absolute joy to get to play her. She was unreal. More recently then, I moved into Backstage because I needed a break. As much as I loved her. You say you needed
a break. Backstage in that production was not a break, in the one you were backstage on.
I was thinking, I was like, right, okay, after Polly, I need some downtime. I was like, Backstage, I won't be needed at rehearsal very often. Sorry. Scott then says to me, Chloe, you needed every rehearsal. I'm like, every rehearsal? He's like, every rehearsal. I'm like, amazing. This was not the break I anticipated.
It worked, right?
It was brilliant. Yeah. Again, and that was such a great experience for a completely different reason. To get to see everybody embody their characters, to get to watch the growth from start to finish as like an outsider looking in. Yes. And then as well be part of the action, have a little cameo where I came on and died. That was classic. And it's just lovely. Like, it was, again, a really great experience. And I learned so much being backstage and watching, like, Becky as stage manager and watching your directing style and watching everyone backstage and learning from Tony at the theatre how to do the curtain. It sounds so nuanced, but it's little things that you do, that you witness, that you don't really get to see when you're acting, because you're too busy thinking, when's my next entrance? What costume am I in? Am I in the right place? Do I know what I'm going to say when I get there? Like, it's very much like you spot the things that you've...
It's nice to add things to your armoury, isn't it? Like, in your arsenal, and just like, I've got that now. Now I can do that. Now I've done this as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on. So you...
No, but yeah, you can never know too much, and you can always learn something. Correct. And it's amazing to get to, like... Every show is different, and every backstage for every show is different. Even more recently in The Mirror Cracked, I was on stage, but there was like periods of time where I'd be on for a chunk and then I would be off for quite a big chunk and then I'd be back on again. And getting to see Gregan backstage, how he does backstage, getting to see different stage managers, how the production runs behind the scenes, it's different every time, and you get that different experience from everyone, and you learn so much.
Yeah.
And it's, again, Lola was an absolute diva. What a fun part. I was
another
like,
different part for you as well.
It's so different.
Yeah.
I've collected so many different parts and different characters, and Lola was so, to be honest, I was really frustrated because in the adaptation of the play, she doesn't get as much of a good description as she gets in the book.
Yes.
And it bothered me a little bit because she's such an in-depth character, to then go from the book to be so deep to then the play make her look a bit like a wet flannel.
There was that, but you always knew there was something deeper to her.
Exactly.
And I suppose that happens with any adaptation. So you go from book to film or book to stage, you've got to compress it as much as possible to fill the time. But you know that if you went and read the stories, you'd learn so much more about that person. And I suppose that what you've got to do is bring it as much as you can on stage.
It's our job, like, when you take on that part, to research, to learn about your character. Like with Monstrous Regiment, I read the book because I was like, I need to know, I need to understand her. And until I finished it, I didn't get it. And it's because, again, in that adaptation, so much was missed. And it's like, you don't realise what you're missing until you compare.
Yeah, and then you learn more about the character itself when you know the backstory. And I mean, I know, if you remember Nell Gwyn, there's when Aidan played the character he played, when he's trying to...
It's so funny.
Well, I need to know what type of wood this door is, because if I come in and it's an oak door, I'm going to feel this way. Like, I mean, there are extremes, but you do need to have a bit of research and a bit of backstory, and, you know, go out and even like go and watch other versions of it to try and see how people, right, okay, that's what that means, and that's what it is. There's a lot that goes into just being a character on stage.
Absolutely.
And
it's not as just easy as picking up a script, reading it and going, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to do it, and like, I'm a perfectionist, I have to do it. Like, I'm a bit funny about it. I am very much like over the top. But I think it's important to understand your characters, that you can, because the audience are only seeing it once.
Correct.
We're doing it millions of times in rehearsal. We know them inside out. We know the lines, we know the positions, we know what they're feeling. We've got stage directions that advise us how they're feeling. If we don't do that justice, the audience will miss it and they will not understand the story.
It's the old adage of you never get a second chance to make a first impression, and that's so right in terms of theatre, because you've given them that to watch for that hour and a half. And then they go, and then they talk about it with their friends, or like they try and understand what went on. And one of them goes, "Oh, well, actually, they did this and they did that," and like, "Oh, yeah, you're right." And they start to realise it. So
exactly,
you got to do it as much as possible.
It's just been, I've had such the privilege of being able to be directed by, how many shows have I done? 5 different people, and witness 5 different stage managers and different backstage teams, and be able to be 5 different characters. Even Flora, who was literally 5 minutes, she was so ditzy and glorious, and she was just so flouncy and beautiful. But I really enjoy playing her, actually.
About 5 words, right?
Literally about 5. Ka-ching! Like, honestly, win. And it was just gorgeous. I think every single part I've played, they've actually meant so much to me and taught me something about myself, which I really value. And as a performer, it's really great when you get that from that. I think that's what's fulfilling. That's what keeps you coming back for more.
And I think we're really blessed at RADS that we do have a good director pot, and that brings it quite nicely back to why you're doing this, because obviously we always need to extend that director pool, because we always need fresh ideas and, you know, more people that can bring plays to the stage for RADS. And then obviously now it's your time to shine, Chloe. But I would say that sort of whistle-stop tour of your journey to this point is, you know, it evidences how much you've done already. Yeah. You know, you've gone from Little Minnie, the little role in Blue Stockings. You move up to Ismene, which is a much deeper role. Like it's a more heartfelt role. You then go to a main role for a summer show, which was incredible last year. You take yourself backstage, you get the headset on.
I had such a great time with the headset. I was chatting all sorts of rubbish on cans.
I'm surprised you didn't come on stage with the headset at one point.
I
must have
nearly
been close,
did.
right?
I nearly did, yeah.
And then obviously you go from there to the Mirror Crack that we've just done. and you've been cast in The Tempest as well. Tempest coming up in the summer. At the same time, you're going to be pulling together this show for Sedgefield.
Not to mention the musical.
You are also in a musical with our friends over at RADS as well. So yeah, you are just non-stop and all over the place. So why are you doing it to yourself?
Honestly, I don't know. To be quite honest with you, so I am, like we say, I am doing Little Shop of Horrors as well. I got cast in that at the same time as I was doing Mirror Cracked. Quite simply, I didn't think I was going to get cast in Little Shop of Horrors, so I just thought, I'll audition and throw my hat in the ring. Probably won't get cast. It's my first production with Roz. It's not going to happen. Well, that backfired.
And what did you get? A small part?
Oh yeah, only like the female lead. I don't know. Semantics.
So you thought, why not throw a director in there as well?
I'd already said I was going to direct. I was like, I'd mentioned it to the committee a few months ago, and I was like, I'd like to do Sedgefield. I'm just waiting to find the right script. And then I found the right script, and then I was like, okay, after Mirror, I'm not going to do The Tempest. I'm going to have a break. I'm going to have a break this time. I'm going to have a proper break. Not my backstage break, a proper break. And then I got cast in Little Shop, and then Becky convinced me with her workshop. And I was like, and now 3 weeks later, I've got 4 weeks till Little Shop of Horrors is on. I've got The Tempest happening, and I'm directing. I think I'm insane. I don't know what's possessed me. Everyone keeps telling me, Chloe, slow down. I'm like, yeah. No.
You're only young once, right? Yeah.
Literally, I'm like, well, what a better way to spend my summer.
Keep going and keep going.
I'll keep hanging on.
So in terms of doing a one act, we'll come on to that very, very shortly after the break. In terms of doing that then sets you up for potentially doing one in the future. Now, I know you're not there yet, and you've obviously we've got our schedule booked anyway, pretty much for the next year or so. Do you have any in mind that you would like to bring? You don't have to say what it is now, but do you have some that you think, actually, if I do a really good job at that, I'm going to put this forward to committee? Will we see you in action at the Georgian in the director's box?
I have got something in mind.
Fabulous.
I have, yes. I'm not saying what it is. I have got a couple that I've read that I've really enjoyed, and I've had visions of when I've read it and gone, I could stage that. My problem is that I read something and I go, but that character, I love her. Oh, yeah. And so I then have to separate myself emotionally and be like, do I love her because I want to play her, or do I love her because I want to help someone else portray her beautifully? And I think it's that really important. It's really hard when you're both an actor and a director. You've got that sort of split mentality of, I love this, but do I love this because I want to be in it, or do I love it because I want to be in control of it? And I think it's important to know yourself enough to be able to separate that. Yeah. I've got two that I've read that I really enjoy. At the moment, I'm kind of like, I could see both of them working, but it would just depend on where my head is at the time. And I'm also just trying to focus on one thing at a time, she says, doing three things at the same time. But yeah, I do have a couple of ideas.
But that's what's great about the fact that we do this one act first. It sets you up for the next however many years.
Exactly.
You don't have to do anything next year, the year after. You might do something in 5 years' time, and then your name will be on the books. Actually, she's already done one. Yeah. So we can go ahead and do that.
For when you find that script that makes you go, oh, yes, thank you.
Absolutely. Right, perfect time to take a break. We shall be back afterwards where we'll be revealing and talking about the play, the one act that Chloe is really excited for, which is called, Chloe?
Check, please.
Yes, let's join us after the break.
Fancy supporting RADS and getting a little something back? Join the RADS Friends scheme. It's a great way to help keep live theatre thriving in Richmond. As a friend, you'll get a monthly newsletter, your name in our show programmes, and exclusive access to our club nights and activities. All that for just £12 a year or £20 per couple, due every 1st of June. Whether you're a current member or just a loyal audience regular, we'd love to have you as a friend of RADS. To find out more or join, just contact our Friends and Membership Secretary, Greg and Davis. You'll find all the details on our website or in the show notes below. Thanks for supporting local theatre. Now, back to the episode.
Right, welcome back. all being well, this podcast should be going out on Spotify for the first time. So if you are listening to us on Spotify, you are very most welcome here at Backstage at the Clubrooms. If you've not stumbled upon us before, we do have a 5, 6, 7 already previous episodes on YouTube, I think. We've been going for a little while now. So yeah, go check out that back catalogue that we've got going already. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying what you're hearing so far. So welcome back. Like I say, this part of the podcast, we're going to be delving a little bit more into the actual production of Check Please. So Chloe, why don't you just tell us a little bit about the play first of all?
Yeah, okay. So Check Please is a play by Jonathan Rand. It's a comedy, and it is basically a series of really horrendous first dates. So it's set in a restaurant in the current time period of the play being performed, which is, I love that freedom. Yeah. It is, like I say, it's in a restaurant, and there is a very typical sort of girl, guy sitting at tables, and they have 6 dates each, and each scene is an alternating date. Disastrous, most of them will be. And the actual play is meant for a cast of 14. But the committee had a bit of a meltdown when I was like, they read cast of 14, Chloe, it's a 1-act. I was like, don't be silly.
Running at the same time, The Tempest is running as well.
Literally, they were like, no, you can't. I was like, no, I promise you, that's not what I'm doing. Basically, it's going to be a cast of 4. So there'll be girl and guy at the dates, and then I'm going to have a male date cast member and a female date cast member, and the idea is it's a multi-track role.
Okay.
So to add an extra layer of the comedy, the audience are not stupid. They will look and go, hang on a minute, that's the same guy as 5 minutes ago. He's already been here. But with some very clever changes of accent and costume, the plan is to have them all slightly different, but the comedy is that knowing that they're exactly the same.
Okay, so the guy and the girl are there as constants on their first dates.
Yeah.
And there's a regular flow of different characters, but them characters are played by the same person on the side.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So the plan is that it will be, like I say, done with like lighting to sort of shift focus onto each date as it happens. Girl and guy don't really interact at all. They're in the same restaurant at the same time, but they just are focused on their own chaos. So they're not too fussed about each other. But yes, it's basically there's just a constant stream, one after the other, one guy for the girl, one girl for the guy, back and forth, until the end, which is, it's a really fast-paced comedy. And for a 1-act, you want it to be. You don't want to be sort of sat there going, what's going on? This has to wrap up very quickly.
And then it wraps up and it goes, oh.
Yeah, that was a bit quick. You don't want a slow first 20 minutes and then a rapid last 10. So it's quite nice. The pace is really even. The comedic timing is, in my opinion, hilarious. And I'm really excited to hear it in other voices. At the moment, it's literally just been me reading it to myself.
In your head. How many accents are you doing?
Oh, so many. And I'm not very good at them, Scott, as you well know. So it's been entertaining for my family to hear me just like talking to myself,
walking around the house weeks, in different accents.
Literally, I'm like, oh, this accent works for this person. Oh no, it doesn't. Not when I do it, but when someone else does it, it'll be brilliant.
It may well do. Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a really fun script. It's comedies do really well at 1-acts because it's the short funnies. It's the quick sitcom type vibes, and I just wanted something funny to do as a first piece because typically I like quite a melodrama.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I enjoy watching melodrama, but I also enjoy watching a comedy, and I enjoy directing comedy because it's hard. It's a challenge. Yes. But it's really rewarding hearing those laughs.
That is, it's totally true because the 1-act I did was it wasn't at Sedgefield, ironically enough. It was at the Georgian as part of our short stories a couple of years ago. And I remember, I found it hilarious, right? Mm-hmm. So in the rehearsal, when I read it, I was laughing as I read it. When we rehearsed it, it was funny, it was quick paced. And I remember sitting there in the audience for the first night when the lights went down, the music came on, and out they came. And I was just thinking, God, I hope they laugh.
Yeah.
And when they did, you relax and you think, actually, yeah, this is good.
This is good.
I'm enjoying this. They're enjoying it. They're getting it. And whilst on one hand, it comes down to the script, it also comes down to what you have asked your actors to do.
Yeah.
Because if you're going into it and go, okay, we're going to keep this nice and slow paced and like, it'll be funny when it, no, it's not. You've got to make sure they're doing things fast and quick change, and that's got to be cue biting as quick as possible. Otherwise you lose it. This
play as well, it's very much like Bleak in the expectation of, didn't even mean that. That was really funny. It has to be played straight. It can't, the characters are not finding this amusing. There is one scene where the girl is literally snapping her fingers in the guy date's face because he's just not hearing anything she's saying. He's so self-conceited. And so she's literally just like, whoa, come on. Like, I could be doing anything and you're not even listening to me. And it has to be played so straight because every single person has been on a horrible date at least once in their life, or they've had a friend that's been on a horrible date. It's a very relatable script. So when you're playing it, you can't play it funny. You can't be laughing. You can't find it funny as the
audience
actor.
Will see right through that. And
Exactly.
they say you're trying to deliver a play that's true to life.
Yeah.
And the comedy comes from how bad this date is going.
Yeah. You almost feel like, I first read it and I was laughing out loud. Like I've been looking for ages for a one act that I found that I really just read and went, yes, that's it. And ironically, it was literally 10 minutes before the committee meeting started. I was sat reading and I was like, oh, maybe this one. Oh, that looks interesting. And literally I read it in about 5 minutes, then read it again and went, no, I'm pitching this. Like, this is really funny. And I was like, I feel kind of bad because I've literally not even prepped anything yet, but I've already got an idea. Just bear with. But it's one of those where like I read it and I was like, this is so relatable. Like it's funny. It's so funny because it's raw and it's true and it's very honest. I think if we play it, the plan is to play it as honestly as possible. And then anyone watching it will have a hard time not laughing at the absolute mentalness of the behaviour of some of these characters. And it's like, you put yourself in their shoes and you feel empathetic, but you're also like, God, what a mess. And like, that's what you want to feel. Like, it's funny because it's not funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's so bad that it's funny.
You almost, I guess, want to feel sorry for these people that are on that first date because like you want to go and help them and go, like, come on, give me a phone call.
Literally.
Sneak out the toilets and I'll help you out there.
Climb out the window. Yeah. I'm outside.
Yeah.
I'm the getaway driver. Like literally everyone's had their friend, themselves, their sibling call them after a really bad date and gone, so let me give you the debrief. Yeah. And that's essentially what this play is. You're watching it, witnessing the bad date.
Yeah, yeah.
Rather than
you don't
the
need
aftermath.
the debrief.
You don't need the debrief. And
you're a fly on the wall in the restaurant, basically.
Literally. And it's amazing. So I've already compiled a beautiful team. It's not completely finished yet, but I've got Alex is my stage manager, who is amazing, and she's stage managed 2 things I've been in so far at RADS, and she's
very, very competent and experienced and talented stage manager.
Absolutely.
Like she keeps people on the straight and narrow, and she won't take any nonsense.
No, she won't. And I'm hoping that will also mean that like I can be very serious when I want to be, but I know that she will provide an honest comedy reaction. And that's a really valuable thing to have because I think it's hysterical. So it'll be really interesting to have a second opinion on that front as well.
Yeah.
And then backstage, I've already started picking up people to help because it's going to be although the set is stuck and it's the same the whole way, so there's no scene or scenery changes. Yeah. There are a hell of a lot of props involved in this play. So there's a lot of props. There's a lot of like accessory changes for each character so that they know which character they are and which character they're playing. So don't you worry. I've got a spreadsheet.
Hey.
Thank God.
There's going to be a question coming up.
So that's all prepped and planned. But yeah, I need the backstage team. I'm hoping when we do the Clubnight, I'm hoping there'll be some more volunteers to help with that because it is a very prop and very accessory heavy show. Essentially, I'm going to need 2 dressers at the side to help with costumes.
Super quick changes.
One of the scenes doesn't have any words. It's just movement, and we can drag it on as long as we need to. but it's got to be quick.
Yeah, like, you don't want to drag it on too long. You
it's
lose
funny
the audience
until it's not.
Yes.
So it's that sort of thing of like, we are going to need rapid changes, and it's going to require some very rapid backstage hands to put, because it will not work without the backstage. The club night is in May will be the read through and audition night, which is also where I'm hoping to get, like I've just said, a few more interested backstage people just to come. And it's a great, again, opportunity. If you've never done backstage before, come and be first timers with me. We'll all be there together, keeping each other right, and it'll be a really nice environment.
It's a great experience being backstage. So I did it for the first time in Whiskey Galore a few years ago, which was just, you're as busy backstage, a bit like Bleak, as busy backstage as you were on stage. So like there were boats coming on one side of the stage. You had to help people in, run around to the other side, hold the curtain and pull them out, like get them out, and then get that boat off the back. And like before that long, you had to go around the other side. So it's energetic as well in terms of that. And it's a really fun way of being involved in the production. If you're not wanting to be on stage, or if you wanted to be on stage but there wasn't a part for you, it's a great way to stay involved in it. And it is really special being backstage. It's also really nice to see how your work makes it happen, because without the backstage there is no show. And especially with this one act, like I say, it's so prop heavy, it's so accessory change heavy. We don't have time for costume changes. So literally everything is relating on what jacket they're wearing, what bag they're wearing, wigs, shoes. Like, I mean, and that'll look hilarious anyway. Coming on, it's like they've literally just gone off, and I can see they've come on with a jacket and a wig.
Yeah, and it's like
he's now someone completely different.
It's so funny, and it's going to add a different layer of comedy. But if that doesn't happen properly backstage, it's ruined. Yeah, it's gone. No pressure.
So no pressure.
But do you know what I mean? Like it's such an important role, arguably more important than the actors.
It is so, and we said this when you interviewed me for Bleak, and we said how important that backstage is. You know, they are the legs beneath the swan, as we said in Bleak, and it's so true. It is 100% true, because, like I say, if something goes wrong and it prevents something going right on stage, it's the people on stage that are left thinking, come on, what's happening? I'm in front of the audience here. Okay, fine, now I'm going. So there is pressure for 100%. It, but it is a really rewarding and enjoyable part of the production and the team that you're part of, to know that what you've done has contributed to the success of a performance.
And like, you know, that like, it's the self sort of gratification almost, that you're looking and you think, I helped do that. Like, without me, that would never have happened. And it's just lovely.
We've talked about it in the past. It's one of the most unrewarding roles, because the audience come and they go home and go, wow, what a great product. What that actor was brilliant. Yeah, the storyline was awesome. But in the background, everything's going on to make that happen. Yeah. And I've seen videos of like stuff on stage at the West End, and there's people hiding behind giant wheels, like turning it while it goes across stage, and like the audience just see the front of that. They don't see the two people that are frantically turning it behind it and stuff.
Never get a bow. They never get that praise and acclamation that everyone else gets. And it's such a crucial, literally, if every backstage just stopped, the show would not happen. It's impossible. You can't do it. It's not. So it is super important. So I'm really heavily relying on my backstage crew. So if you want to be a part of the backstage crew, please come along to the club night, because
you can clearly see how grateful, you know, your director is for the backstage. It's not something that's just like, oh, thanks for being here, off you go. It is like, so
we owe the show to the backstage.
100%. So yeah, if you do want to get involved, then obviously, you know, we'll talk about the club night shortly anyway, but get yourself there and listen to what the play's about, and see whether, you know, well, even if you don't want to go on stage, if you're not great with accents, it might not be the play for you.
You could be girl or guy. Girl or guy don't have accents.
They're themselves.
They're themselves. So yeah, there's a part for everyone.
Not everyone.
Not everyone. Not everyone.
We don't have 14 people to be able to do it. But
I could have convinced the committee. No, I'm kidding. Don't panic, guys.
So just going back to it then, back to the play itself. You obviously stumbled upon it and loved it, and and took it to committee, and straight away we all said, yeah, absolutely fine, run with it, we'll have a read of it, and then it didn't take us long to agree. Are you able to tell us more about the bad date characters, or do you want to keep that to yourself?
No, absolutely. So the bad dates are, they're hilarious. So you've got a mixture. You've got a really, like I mentioned earlier, a really narcissistic guy who literally just thinks that the world owes him a favour. He thinks he is the bee's knees, and spoiler, he's not.
Is that why his date's so bad?
Literally, yeah. So the first is the opening date. It's the first date of the show, and the girl is sat there really excited, like wanting to get to know this guy, asking questions, and he asks her a question. She replies, and he goes, "What about you?" And he then responds the exact same response as she says, like word for word. So he's just copying everything she's saying and not actually engaging with anything. And he goes, "Oh no, I don't do that. I do this," but it's actually the same as what she's just said. So he's disagreeing but agreeing.
And she's there thinking, what the heck is going on right now?
Literally. So that's date number one. The female dates are really funny. We've got a really intense American football supporter. So she mid-game just goes, "Oh, sorry, I'm just going to put my headphones in because I just need to check the score." And then she sat there with a big I really want to find a foam finger. Because I feel like it's just really, she literally gets it out midday and goes, "Yeah, whoa!" like cheering on her team. And then by the end, because they lose, spoiler, they lose, and she is fuming because they've lost, and she convinces the date to agree with her that they're horrendous. We've also got a mime. We've got a guy who repetitively shows up wearing nothing but a burlap sack. Yeah. We've got a girl that comes with a binder that she's already organised their wedding before they even met. We've got a very old lady.
Well, that's great. Let's go back to that then. So that'll be brilliant to see, going from hardcore American football fan, like whooping and cheering, to a dithering old lady.
Incredibly elderly lady. So that is the scene with no words.
Okay.
So the elderly lady, basically, the whole scene is her walking from the entrance to of the restaurant to the table. So I've got a frame, and she's just going to walk with this frame pathetically slowly, like to the point where she's like barely shuffling her feet. And yeah, the plan is to really just milk it. Yeah. And then that's the entire scene, and then blackout, and then that's the next scene. So yeah, it's very versatile acting required. But yeah, also, one of the male dates is literally a child. So that's great.
So you're going the other way, you're having somebody playing like a man-child, basically.
Yep, child, adult, elderly, all of the above. We've got a schizophrenic. We've got he's a phobic of everything. He's got phobias of every single existence on the planet. So basically, it is as mental as it sounds, but it's hilarious. It's so funny, and because it's played by the same characters, it's going to take a very versatile actor. I was
about to come to that, and what a great role for somebody to have.
Oh, it's so fun.
If they got, is there 6 of each? You
say 6 of each,
so
6 male dates,
like
and 6
6
female dates.
different characters all together, and they're not even just the same person, but on different days or whatever. They're 6 completely different, and it's a great way for somebody to challenge their range, enjoy it, like be wacky with it, and whilst all the time being really serious with it.
I think it's great, obviously, because I'm putting it forward. But I do think it'll be really well received because of how versatile. Yeah. No 2 scenes are the same. They're all immensely different. But
I like the idea, and I know we've almost been enforced upon you because of the numbers. The idea that it's the same actors playing them, I think, will land really well with audiences, because they'll get it. If it was 6 different people, I don't think it'd be as funny.
No. And so it really surprised me, because when I read the director's notes, it had said that it was originally performed with 14, and I was like, really? I don't see this being funny with all the different people. If you've genuinely got a child and genuinely got an elderly lady playing, it's not funny when you're laughing at...
Yeah.
It's
funny when you can see somebody that's put an elderly lady's wig on and some pearls.
Who was schizophrenic 5 minutes ago and is now really elderly and can barely move.
Yeah. No, I like that. I think that's a really, really great way of doing that play. Yeah. And one thing I will say throughout this whole chat, you've been beaming. You've had such a big smile on your face.
It's, honestly, it brings me so much joy.
You're so excited for this.
I'm so excited.
And I think that shows the passion that you've got for this play, which is what makes me feel that it's going to be a really big hit at Sedgefield. And that leads us on quite nicely to Sedgefield, because I think we've got the dates of Sedgefield. It's the week commencing September the 8th, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
We don't know what day we're on yet. So if you've never been to the Sedgefield Festival, it's a brilliant one-act festival that they do every year. I think they've been doing it for over 50 years now, or close to.
It's been a while.
And we try and submit at least one play every year. We've been quite successful in the last few years going up there. And it's a play setting that we like to be at. It's a different setting to the Georgian, where we perform, most of our plays there. The stage is very different, whereas the Georgian is very deep. Sedgefield is not. It's a bit wider, but very shallow. The wings are really, really narrow. There's not a lot of space back there, which adds an extra layer to the reason for having a good backstage crew is because they've got to fit into these tight spaces and not be seen by the audience at the same time. But it's a festival that we really, really enjoy being part of, and it's really great that we've got a play with a new director going there this year, because it ticks so many boxes for us as a society. Like I say at the start, it allows us to extend our director pool for the future as well. It allows us to, let a new director loose with a play that they're really passionate about, and it allows us to see what that person can do. But then at the same time, it allows us to continue putting plays on at Sedgefield, being part of the festival, which I hope we're part of for, many, many years to come still, with new directors, current directors, whoever it might be. But it's just a great opportunity for people to go up as well and see local societies put on performances. People come from Scarborough. There's Sedgefield put a couple of plays on themselves. Obviously, we go up and put one or two on. There's other societies in the area that will take one act there, and it runs, I think, for 3 or 4 nights. It's adjudicated by an official adjudicator that comes in and scores it. He gives critiques at the end of the show. There's an award ceremony on the last night. There's best play, best actor, best actress, all that sort of stuff. It's a real enjoyable festival. And in due course on our socials, we'll obviously release more details of, when we are performing, what plays are going to be on from other societies. You can go and see all the plays that week. You can go and see our play only. It's open for anybody to go and see. But it's a really exciting time for you in particular.
Very exciting.
And an exciting time for the society. So Clubnight. When's that going to be then? When can people read this play and audition? So
Monday the 11th of May is the Clubnight. The plan is to have the first half of the Clubnight having a chat about my vision for the play, how we're going to stage it, how we're going to use lighting and sound to really make it real. And then we're going to read through. I'm so excited to hear it in anyone other's voices other than mine. We'll have a read through of the script itself, and then we'll have a little break, and then after that will be the auditions the same night. So the plan is if anyone doesn't want to audition, that's fine. They can either sit and listen, or they can pop to the pub and we'll meet them thereafter. Or if you are wanting to audition, then obviously we'll be glad to have you auditioning that night. They'll be putting other things out on the social medias for anyone that can't make that night. If they want to audition privately, then we can do that. But it's just going to be really nice to get everybody together, have a read, have a laugh, and hopefully sort of share the vision.
There's something rewarding about, like what you just said there, seeing other people perform what you've had going on in your head for a long time, because it's starting to come together. Other people are now reading what I've
becomes
put
real.
Together. Yeah, absolutely.
At the moment, this is all in my head.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is it going to
get the voices out of my head?
Get the
put
voices
them in
out
the
of my head.
Clubroom.
Literally, get them out of my head, please. I need to start hearing this script in someone else's voice for once. So no, I'm really excited to hear other people read it, and also to hear how other people interpret some of the lines, because I think they should be read like this, but someone else might read it and I'm like, oh, actually I prefer that delivery. Like, that's great. I love how that lands when you say it like that. So it's interesting to hear other people read and interpret, and
it's great having that vision, and you've also, I guess, got to be open to changing, but also strong enough to stay with, actually, I want that.
Yeah.
You know, can you just change
I
that to
know
what
this
I
will
want?
only land if you say it like
Exactly.
this, but I enjoy your way, but this way.
Yeah.
Try this way.
This is how I want it, yeah. So Monday the 11th of May, get that date in your diaries. That's our next club night, which is only in about 3 weeks' time or so, I think. 3 weeks.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not long at all.
And like Chloe says, come along anyway to listen to it, to be a part of it. And then even if you don't want to audition afterwards, even whether you don't want to audition before the night, but you still want to come along, you're more than welcome to. Free. You might come along and go, actually, that's not for me, and not want to audition. But we're open to, the more the merrier that come along to these club nights. It's a great way of getting into the society. Like,
absolutely.
As publicity manager, I get a lot of messages through Facebook saying, like, I want to be a part of RADS. Like, how do I do this? And like, really, this is the best in.
Absolutely.
Because doing 3 shows at the Georgian, it's a lot of the time it's already in production, it's already cast.
Yeah.
So it's quite hard for people to get in. But these are a really, really good way of doing it. And especially when it's a read-through of something that you think, actually, I could do that, and it's a great way of stepping in. And
Sedgefield as well is really low commitment for the actors. It's like the plan is to do 1 rehearsal a week, 2 when we're closer.
Yeah.
It's super chill. It's gonna be, and it's only 1 show. You only do it once.
Yeah.
That's it. One and done. Like, it's like you don't have to commit to a massive run. It's just 1 night a week, which we'll decide with everybody once we've cast it. And we go from there, and it's a really easy way to step into if you've not done it for a while, if you've not done it ever, if you've not done backstage, if you've not done acting, you just want to see what the deal is. Yeah. It's a really low commitment way of being involved to see if you like it.
Excellent. Well, I am super excited for you and for this play, and us taking it to Sedgefield and putting it on to the audiences there. I think it'll be a real big hit. Right, when we come back after the break, it's Chloe's favourite part that she likes to do to other people. It's the quick fire round.
I don't like being this side of it.
She has tossed my name out a few times as being a weak, quick rounder.
Oh, no.
So
it's going to come back and bite me now.
We're going to see how well Chloe does on this. No pressure, Chloe. See you in a minute.
No pressure.
A storm is brewing. That's right. This summer, The Tempest is coming to the Georgian Theatre Royal in Richmond, North Yorkshire, directed by Becky Stevenson. Running from the 23rd to the 25th of July, and then the 29th of July through to the 1st of August, it's a magical, stormy, and wonderfully chaotic Shakespeare classic, full of mischief, romance, and revenge. Tickets available via the Georgian Theatre website or by calling the box office. Links are in the description. Trust us, you don't want to miss this one. Now, back to the episode.
Welcome back. Here we are ready to do our quick fire round. Chloe, are you ready?
No, I'm not.
I think Chloe is hyperventilating here.
I genuinely feel really stressed. Is this how it feels?
It is how it feels.
Is this how it feels? I feel so bad. I'm never going to approach this round again ever in my life.
Remember when I did? I was like, yeah, this will be easy. And then I just couldn't get the answers really quickly. Yeah. Just don't think, just go for it. Ready?
Right. Okay.
So, number 1.
Yeah.
In a production you've been in with RADS, what's the favourite RADS role you've never had but wished you did?
A Pippa Bin.
Yes.
That was Corals, wasn't it?
Corals, yeah.
Yes, that one.
She's, brilliant.
Iconic.
Yeah, well done. Number 2, best RADS moment you've witnessed either pre or since you've joined RADS.
Witnessed, not been part of.
Witnessed.
Okay, witnessed.
Could be a show, could be anything. Not easy, is it, these questions?
No, they're not easy. This is really hard.
You can come back to it if you want.
No, I'm not skipping. I'm not doing
You're allowed to skip.
I'm not skipping. I think it would probably be, actually, the first, when we did Monstrous Regiment, the first time I actually hit you on the head with the bludgeon thing.
Okay.
I think that would be because I wasn't expecting it to squeak. And then when it squeaked, I was that shocked that then I squeaked. And then I was like, are you okay? And you were
I thought it was just you
fine.
squeaking.
No, it wasn't me.
Okay.
So that was probably my favourite moment.
Excellent. Question 3. Winter or summer?
Summer.
Why?
It's a 2-week run.
We'll move on. Question 4. Dream role to play?
Jo in Little Women.
Good answer. Question 5. Your favourite character / date in Check Please?
Oh, I think it has to be Girl. Purely because she handles all of these ridiculous men with such grace and etiquette that I could never aspire to have.
Brilliant. How did you find your quickfire?
So stressful. I didn't realise how stressful it was. I apologise to all my former guests. I did not realise the stress I was putting you under.
It's all right when the questions are easy, such as winter or summer, isn't it?
No, because actually I overthought that more. I was like, winter or summer? Summer. And then you went, why? And I was like, what do you mean, why? Don't ask me why.
I'm the host and I get to ask the questions this time.
But no, that was amazing. Thank you
Fabulous.
so much.
Chloe, thank you for being a guest on Backstage at the Clubrooms. How do you feel about being a guest?
Honestly, I'm ready to be back interviewing.
You want to come the other side now,
I'm ready to be back the other side. I think this will be my only episode where I'm not. I don't think I can handle.
We might bring you back after Check Please has been on at Sedgefield and see how it all went.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, we'll see.
We'll see. You can prep for the 5 questions.
Oh, yeah, I'll prepare. Thank you very much for stepping into my shoes, Scott. I appreciate you holding the fort
Anytime.
this
It's been fun. It's been fun being this side and watching you smile all the way through it. Nervous energy, I think we call it.
Nervous energy.
There's your podcast title.
There's the title. Nervous energy.
We always land on something. Fabulous. Well, thank you, Chloe. Good luck with the Clubnight. I hope you get plenty of people turning up and enjoying it as much as you're clearly enjoying it. And good luck when you take it to Sedgefield as well. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Listen to our next one, which will come in a few weeks' time. We don't know what it is yet. We will stumble it upon. It might be something related to The Tempest, which is our summer show, which is running at the back end of July, start of August, our 2-week run. It is just started rehearsing tonight, actually. We are currently in the club room and we've already had people here as part of that rehearsal. So tickets are available already on the Georgian website, as always. And just a reminder as well, RADS are once again this year performing a play at Richmond Castle as part of Mayfest, which is on Bank Holiday Monday, the 5th? Fourth. Yeah, May the 4th be with you indeed. Can't forget that one. So we will be there performing Robin Hood and the Poor Knight. We did it a couple of years ago. If you didn't get a chance to see it there, you've got another chance to see it. If you did get a chance to see it last time, come back again and watch it. We really enjoyed doing it. It's just so silly. So silly that it's fun. This is the sort of play that you can perform not very seriously, and it lands really, really well. We'll be hoping for really, really good weather, but we'll be out there anyway. We've got 2 performances. The first one will be about 11:15 after the drummers have finished drumming, and we'll bring everyone straight across to our space, and then we'll have another play, I believe, after the duck race has taken place. That'll be at about 3:00 in the same spot. So we hope to see you there for Robin Hood.
Exciting times.
Indeed. Keep an eye out on our socials and we shall speak to you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye then.